This video is to share on why we don't want to run over branches and especially stones. But branches will do damage to the blades as well. Stones and branches. This is a new blade. This is what a blade edge is supposed to look like. This is a blade that is not sharpened yet. I'm going to try to sharpen it. I don't know if we're going to be able to save any of it though. But as you can see, there's some nicks out of this blade. See how it's beveled? It's chipped. Okay, that's because someone ran over stones or rocks or even branches. Thick branches will do that as well. There's a little nick here. Now this nicks like this is all if all the lawns you're cutting are crap lawns, it's not going to make a difference. But if you're going to cut a crap lawn and or one that's not a high-end property, let's try to be nice about it. A non-high-end property, Class D property with very little grass, a lot of sand, and branches. It's not going to make much difference. But if once this is done and you go on a high-end property with St. Augustine or a higher grade grass, it's going to have problems. And what you're going to see is, if you look back, every so often you're going to see one strand of blade one strand of blade of grass sticking up. That's because this section here, that's where it cannot cut the grass cleanly, if at all. And so that's what happens when you don't take care of the blades on the lawnmower. So we don't want to run over sticks or branches because if it doesn't cause damage to the blades, even if it just makes an indentation, it'll still not give you a good clean cut on a higher end property. Part 2 of a nicked blade. As I mentioned in the video before, I'm going to try to sharpen this. If I cannot take these dents out, then it's going to have to be scrapped. And as in the previous video, or one video before, you see this still has a lot of life into it. But if I can't take this out, it's worthless. I just have to scrap it. Okay. Now, what the associates don't understand is these blades are $18 a piece for one. $18 a piece. That's $36 for a set. Okay, so if I have to, and I probably will. I'll probably have to scrap this because that's a big dent. Okay, so it costs money. It costs more money. Not only is it going to ruin the cut on the next property, but it's going to cost the company money. And that means no bonuses, and possibly no pay raises if we have to spend money on repairs and equipment that we shouldn't have to be spending. This video is how to tell if it's time to change the blades on a lawnmower, on a commercial grade lawnmower. Here we have the new blade. And then we have a used blade. This one is one that's been taken off. It's at the end of its life. It's not usable anymore. And let me show you exactly why. On the end is how you can tell its thickness on this new blade. And here's the thickness or thinness on the old blade. This is so thin, so worn out, that the next step would be that this would start coming off and the pieces would start flying. So when it gets this thin, you want to take it off because it's not usable anymore. Another comparison. Let's put it, let's put it the way that they're both apples to apples. They're both the same way. And this is the part that gets worn off. Okay, now we're in Central Florida, and the Florida sand acts like a wind blaster or a sand blaster, and it grinds down the metals, as you see here. It'll also grind down spindles and bearings in the wheels, so you got to be watch out. And also, the road dust will grind down the bearings in the trailers as well. I've had that happen. So, but not right now. We're talking about blades. So the thinness of this blade is when it's time to replace it, because it's just too thin. It's getting dangerous, and that's how you can tell whether the blades need to be replaced or not.